Hello everyone, I hope you have a great Wednesday afternoon or welcome to our third Data from Sky webinar, which will be now focused on using cameras and drones for really amazing traffic surveys. So if you are a traffic engineer or researcher who needs accurate traffic data, or you are simply interested in this topic, I believe that next 30 minutes will be very inspiring for you. My name is Lenka, and today I will have a guest speaker, Tim Adema from our partnering company Roelofs from Netherlands. So let's start first with our flight plan before we launch our drones into the sky. Firstly, I will do a short introduction of the key ideas behind Data from Sky project to make clear why we decided to bring a totally new approach into the traffic monitoring segment. Then I will explain the basics of Data from Sky and guide you on how to try the traffic survey on your own videos. It's actually simpler than just sending an email. But we won't speak only about the theory. After the intro, Tim will show you the outputs from real project they did in the Netherlands, where multiple drones were utilized to cover very large area. And finally, we will close the webinar with some conclusions and also questions and answers section. So let's get started. As you know, there are multiple ways on how to get the traffic data. Although the first traffic counter was introduced already in 1937, a lot of traffic studies are still done manually, either by people standing nearby the road, marking the passing vehicles on a piece of paper, or using the video records. Common traffic measuring sensors include tubes or inductive loops or radars or infrared beams, etc. But all these approaches provide quite primitive data about the traffic flow. You get only the classified counts. And for the decades, there was no option on how to get more traffic insights from it. The only possibility was to set up the simulation model with these counts and generate the trajectory data from it. And as a traffic researcher who wanted to study some interactions, some traffic safety, and some more detailed scenarios or traffic patterns, you are basically in a trap. No real data, only the simulated outputs. And this exactly was our motivation to develop something new, something that reinvents the segment from the ground. And in 2013, we actually did it. We combined the drones, artificial intelligence, and trajectory-driven design. So now, if you know the motivation behind, you will easily understand why Data from Sky is built on these three main pillars: trajectory-driven design, ultimate precision, and camera independency. To make these words real and imaginable, let's explain each of them in detail. First, what does it mean, trajectory-driven design? Basically, we don't directly count the cars in the specific place. Instead of that, we provide complete trajectories that can be further interpreted as you need. And this approach we call trajectory-driven design, and it's based on three simple processing steps. In the first step, we detect the traffic objects using deep neural networks. As a next step, we connect these detections between continuous frames to create the trajectory. This is the so-called tracking phase, and the goal here is to provide continuous tracks of each moving object in the video. Continuous means that the same object has the same ID number during the passage through the monitored area. There could be a lot of complications due to static or dynamic occlusions, but the unbroken tracks are fundamental if you need to create, for example, complex origin-destination metrics. The tracks are also smoothed to get very precise data about speed and acceleration in every millisecond in the video. And the last step is on you. With the trajectory-driven design, and the right tools, you can get the traffic data at any point in the image. You basically open the results in our software tool, which is called Viewer, and create some virtual counting gates or zones, apply the filters wherever you want to get the traffic insights you need. For perfect engineering decisions, you need perfect input data. So the accuracy matters a lot, and we took the meaning of it to a different level. In the last year, data from Sky reached up to 30 centimeters precision in localization and 7.5 degrees in the heading. In the video taken from this project, you can see what these numbers mean in practice. Precise bounding boxes, accurate speed and acceleration data, as well as distance measuring. And how can you use such data? Basically, it's the opener for much detailed analysis and measurements such as gap time, time to follow, or capacity estimation, or detection of risky situations and near misses. And this was our goal. High precision has a great role in the measurement of safety parameters, and the safety in traffic is a topic which we are working on since 2018. When you consider existing approaches based on simple visual crossing of trajectories in some time window, our solution is a big step ahead. Data from Sky Safety Evaluation method combines predictive kinematic models, probability theory, and micro simulations to recognize the real near collisions. You can easily check every detected incident and see the safety indicators such as time to collision, post-encroachment time, or heavy braking. And by the way, this methodology was certified by Czech Ministry of Transport. The last but not least crucial feature of Data from Sky platform is that it's independent on video source. It was originally created to analyze videos from aerial sources such as drones or balloons, but today the AI is able to process videos also from low position cameras such as CCTV cameras or fisheye or even panoramic cameras. So you can select the camera recorder which suits you the best. And let me show you just two examples. This video is a standard drone footage. It's taken from the height of 150 meters with the help of tetrad power supply. Thanks to that, it was possible to analyze the two intersections and also the roundabout here for more than 2 hours in the morning peak and 2 hours in the evening peaks for 5 consecutive days. And as you could see, all the traffic objects were tracked, including the pedestrians and bicycles. This project was made with our partner COWI in Norway for the city of Trondheim. And the city is introducing new bus system, and because of that the main streets leading into the city center had to be redesigned. And Data from Sky analyzed the complete traffic flow in this area to help with the new zoning plan for this bus system. But as said, nowadays Data from Sky isn't oriented only to drone recordings, but also to standard cameras on ground level, which can be mounted to public lights or buildings, walls, or some columns, such as in case of this analysis made on the intersection in Denmark. Our partner took the videos from an action camera mounted to a pole and have gathered recordings from more than 1 week in a row. And the main purpose was to analyze the traffic flow and also the traffic light signalization in order to optimize the traffic lights timing. But enough of theory, let's have a look on how you can start using the data from Sky traffic survey on your own. As you will see, it's very easy and there are only 3 main steps you need to do. The first step is you have to record the video you want to have analyzed. Then you have to go to our web platform ai.datafromsky.com and upload there your video for the analysis. And the final step is to download your data and further interpret it using our tool called DataFromSky Viewer. So let's have a look on that. So first, what can you do is to go to our website datafromsky.com, where under the section products you will find the product TrafficSurvey, which is basically the data from sky analysis. So here you can see some videos with the outcomes and sample analytics from data from sky. You can read more information about what kind of data can you expect and what kind of outputs. And most importantly, here you will see the diagram leading you through the whole workflow and process of analyzing the video on data from Sky AI platform. So at the beginning there stays your video. So either you have video recorded by a standard camera or security camera or even panoramic camera or anything which is on the ground level. On the other hand, you can have a video recorded by drone or another type of UAV or even a balloon or anything which is from an aerial perspective. So the choice is up to you, and then you have to decide which service of Data from Sky AI platform you want to use, because it's divided into two parts. It's called Data from Sky Lite and Data from Sky Aerial. So again, depending on your own video input. You upload this video and just within few minutes, even faster than you can finish your coffee, you can receive 5-minute sample free of charge. So you can then analyze these results in our desktop application called Viewer. So you can check the output, you can check the accuracy of the results and whether you are satisfied and you want to proceed and buy the full-length analysis. Alternatively, you can also buy the full-length analysis directly, or in the Data from Sky Aerial platform you can use additional services such as georegistration, which is important and needed if you want to have speeds and acceleration data or any measurements in a metric system, then you need georegistration. And one special feature and service that we are providing is called 100% accuracy guarantee. So that was about the workflow, and I will actually show you the platform later on. So here, continuing on the website, you can see how it works. So we have several video manuals available here, so you can play the video and check how to use it. Here are some more information about our special feature that I was mentioning earlier in the presentation, and that's the safety analysis. Again, there are some videos available. Here is some section about the pricing, so different pricing for the Data from Sky Lite platform and Data from Sky Aerial part. Continuing on the web page, you will find also some examples and some use cases, both from light and aerial, so from static cameras or from drones. If you are interested to see more videos, you can check that on our Vimeo channel. There are lots of videos and projects we have done in cooperation with our partners all around the world. And now it's time to try it on your own. So this button will lead you directly to our AI datafromsky.com platform. And here is the welcome page, which is a picker. You should choose which video you want to upload and you want to have processed. So as I was mentioning, either static cameras and to view from the ground position using the light, or aerial perspective and using drone footages using aerial. But now let's have a look on the platform itself and how it's structured and what are the features, etc. Here, if you enter, for example, the light part, Here on the right section there is a welcome guide. Actually, it's a video showing you the whole process of analyzing the video through the AI Data from Sky platform. Here at the left side you have the main menu. So for example, here you can read more information about Data from Sky Lite, what is it for, and what kind of data you can get and you can expect. Here you can study the payment plan. We have prepared several packages. The whole platform and the payment is based on so-called credits. So you are buying the credits. The important thing to mention is that the credit wallet is common for both services, so for Light and Aerial. It means once you buy the credit, you can use it for both. Continuing with the menu here, you can check the information of your account. So how many credits do you have at this moment on your account? You can directly buy new credits through the PayPal, and here you will see the information about the current pending tasks and how many tasks are already finished. Here is a space for promo codes. So if you have some promo code, you can redeem the promo code right here and it will give you some free credits. So I would suggest you stay connected to this webinar, because at the end of the presentation there will be some surprise for you. And one of the most important sections here in the menu is probably the task section, where you can find all of your finished tasks or tasks that are currently being processed. If you don't have any and you are new to the platform, you will find some free samples. So for example, here in the light section there are 4 examples. Some from the roundabout, there are also some intersections, and also there is one example from panoramic camera. So you can download the analysis and see the outcomes in the viewer application. So it's available for you here. And right here you will find all of the tasks that you have uploaded and that have been processed. So you can see that I have uploaded a video from a highway. You can either download it, or here you will see the setting icon. So once you click on that, you can actually order some additional services. For Data from Sky Lite part, the additional service available is automatic detection of license plate. So we are supporting these 16 countries or regions from which we can extract the license plate. Here you can also specify the location of the recording, so you can change it through here. If you have any special requests, then just type it right here in this box and send it to us, and click on analyze now. So there was about the light section, but now let's come back to the aerial part, and let's have a look how easy it is to upload the data and to receive some results really within just a few seconds. So I have a video here, and I will just drag and drop it here to this form and press continue. You can again specify some special requirements if you have, and attached also a file, for example, of the area, etc. And click to send to the sky for the analytics. Alright, so the video is being uploading, and in the meantime, while the video is being uploaded, let's have a look on the aerial section in more detail. So it's the same structure as for the light part. As I was mentioning, here you can find more information about the aerial part and what kind of results can you expect, and also to see the paid plan, because the packages and the credit packages are different to the light section. And again, here in this menu, you can find all the tasks that you already have analyzed and which are finished or being right now processed. Again, for the aerial part, there are some free samples available. Two of them are roundabouts and one intersection. Here we have one processed video, so you can either download the analysis, or you can again specify and order some additional services using this settings button. So the additional services for the aerial platform are the georegistration and guarantee of 100% results. Here you can also see some estimated price or needed for this analytics. So there is some credit price for the georegistration and some credit price for the guarantee of 100%. Again, you can specify the location right here, so you can either change it and write the coordinates here in these two windows. You can attach some special notes or special requirements you have, or to upload some file like pictures or PDF file to specify the area that you want to have georegistrated, or the area where you want to have 100% guarantee. Alright, the video was successfully uploaded to the platform. We are now working on the processing, and once the 5-minute sample is processed, you will receive an email with a link where you can download the sample analysis, and also a link to download the data from SkyViewer, where you can open the data and check the results. You can also see the procedure or the status of the processing in the task menu. Here in the pending tasks, you can see that the video that I just have uploaded is right now being processed, and it's in 30%. So we are waiting for the video to be fully processed. In the meantime, you can also check our online support and help desk, which is available here at the right bottom corner. If you click on the icon, you can directly send us a message. We are online and we will answer you as soon as possible through the chat. Or right here, you can search for some articles or some tips and information which you are looking for. For example, right now I'm interested to know how to get the turning movements data from my analysis. So I will just write TMC shortcut, and it will give me the response with the link to articles which are connected to this topic. So the first one is explaining the procedure on how to export the turning movement counts from the analysis. So here is a description of how to set up the gates. Also some images are included and detailed workflow on how to do it. If you are interested to know even more articles or to find more tutorials, you can find it directly on our help desk, and here there are even more articles about the speed, registration, etc., etc. But let's get back to the platform. As you can see, the video is still being processed. Right now, we already have 60% processed, so soon we will have the 5-minute sample available, and we can then go to analyze the results in the viewer. Some more articles can be also found here in this help section, so where you can find, for example, tips on how to record a perfect video for data from Sky Aerial Analytics, so some useful recommendation on what type of drone to use, or in what heights, what are the limitations, etc. So you will find it here in this link. Alright, but now let's have a look on our task, and as you can see, it already has been finished, so you should receive an email with a link to download the 5-minute sample, or you can download the free demo using this link. As explained earlier, you can also order the additional services later on, so either registration or guarantee of the results. But let's open the demo and have a look on the results. You can display all the results and data output in the video, and you can play and see it in every single millisecond of the video. I will start with this main toolbar of the software. So here we have an icon for displaying the ID number of each vehicle. So each tracked object has its own specific ID number, so it's recognizable by the system. You can also visualize the category. So currently we can detect up to 8 categories from the aerial perspective, including cars, medium vehicles, heavy vehicles, up to bicycles, motorcycles, or even pedestrians, as you can see here. You can also display the current speed of each vehicle, and in every single position in the video, acceleration data, and also some stationary time in case there is a standing vehicle. For each object, you can display even more detailed information right here. So if you click on it, the selected trajectory information is displayed here in the right corner. So the track ID number, the vehicle type, and also information about the current speed, tangential acceleration, lateral and total. Also the first image ID when the car appears in the video, the last image ID when it appears. And you can even display the movement dynamics, so showing a graph of the speed and acceleration and how it evolves through the whole video sequence. For each vehicle, you can also display the distances between the other vehicles. You can also show the radius and turn on the feature of follow me, so it will follow the path of the selected car, as you can see, and show the distances to each and every object which is within the set radius. Another features what you can find here, so on the right side there is a list of all the trajectories that were detected and tracked in the whole video, with the list of the type of the object, and at the very bottom there is a window for traffic analysis objects, where you will see all the counting gates that you have defined. I already have defined some gates, and I will later on show you how to add some. You can also display all the trajectories of all vehicles. These are these lanes. You can even change the coloring of the track. So from the default, you can have the color the trajectories by the type of the vehicle, or speed coloring, or even a direction coloring. So to see where the cars are heading. To get the statistics about the counting and turning movements, you need to have defined some counting gates. I already have some, so using this icon you can turn on the gates that have been set. So here we have set of some entry gates, which are the green lanes, and the exit gates, which are the red ones. And right here you can see the actual number of objects that have passed through that particular gate. As mentioned earlier, here in this box you will find more detailed information for each and every gate that is configured in the scene, and also the number of cars that has passed through that gate, vehicle flow recalculated per 15 minutes, also some average speed, and you can even display more detailed information for each and every object that went through this gate. So the track ID, the image ID, and also the time, speed, and acceleration data. And you can also measure the headways between the vehicles, either in seconds or in meters. So once you calculate the headways, it will be displayed in the table. Of course, you can export all of this information into the Excel sheet. And this procedure you can done for every single gate, so either the entry gates or even the exit gates, and display the information. But if you want to know the origin destination metrics, you will find it under the menu analysis, and here is a tool to show origin destination statistics. And right here you will have uh, a window with all the possible combinations that the objects made. So the most used combination here was the entry east and exit north, as you can see here. So once you click on that, the trajectory will be displayed in the video with some more information about the average time that a car needed to go through this entry gate up to the exit gate. What was the minimal time it took? So it was 10 seconds for some car. The maximal time, you can see that it took up almost 25 seconds to go through this entry to exit, and some standard deviation, and the total count. You can even display more of these combinations. So I want to have visualized, for example, the entry from the west up to the exit to the east, or here from the entry north to the exit on the east. And again, you can all of these data can be exported into the Excel format. Once again, to achieve that, you need to have defined some combination of entry gate and exit gate. So right now I'm going to show you how you can create your own gate. So you will find it in the menu tracking log and manage annotation configuration. Here you will have the original annotation, and you can then create as many annotations or configuration as you want, and just click on edit, and right here in this edit window you can start adding new gates. So for example, let's say that I want to know how many vehicles pass through the roundabout exactly at this point. So I will add the gate, and here on the right corner you can specify the information about the gate, so whether it's an entry, exit, or some neutral counting gate. Also set up the direction from which it should be counted, and you can also select the the types, so you can filter out only that you want to know how many heavy vehicles and how many buses pass through the roundabout. Now let's confirm it, and I will show you that you will have this information available directly here, and again, more statistics and detailed are listed here at the bottom in the window of traffic analysis objects. As you can see, there are only six objects, only six heavy vehicles or buses that went through that gate or were present actually in the video. I will show you one more nice feature, and that's the speeding. So you can define, for example, zones where the entry is restricted. So you can create a zone and get an alert once any object will enter that zone. And also you can set up a speeding alert. So again, you have to go through the tracking log to the annotation configuration, where you have to create so-called action region. So again, to the editation mode, and let's add an action region right here, because I want to measure the speeding in this zone. Let's define the speeding alert. You can select actually the maximal speed, so I will put let's say that the maximal allowed speed within this area is 30 kilometers per hour, and you can define that for each and every category actually, and confirm. And now let's have a look if any object will enter that zone and its speed is higher than the limit we have set up. It will display an alert, and that, for example, this car is speeding by almost 4 kilometers per hour in this zone. Okay, one more thing we can have a look on in here is how to nicely visualize some kind of heat maps and grid maps, which can be based either on speed or total acceleration, tangential or lateral acceleration, also so stationary duration or object density, etc., etc. You can say select the overlay mode, whether it's a heat map or a grid map. So let me show you how to display a tangential acceleration grid map, where you have to set up properly the range of the heat map value range right here, so that the values actually make some sense. You can also adjust the tile size using this tool, and enable the legend which explains the heat map value range. So right here you can see the grid map for the relative tangential acceleration, and what actually the numbers are saying. So the red indicates where the cars are speeding, and the blue colors indicates where the cars are actually slowing down. So that's when they are entering the roundabout, and then again they are speeding while leaving the roundabout and somewhere inside of the roundabout itself. You can even have a more detailed statistic per each tile. So if you click on it, you will get the information about the average acceleration, some median and minimum and maximum value, and you can display that even for multiple tiles, and then the system will calculate the average from it. So this is the way how you can visualize the heat maps or some grid maps but there are many other possibilities on displaying or actually exporting the data. So you can either export origin destination statistics, as I was talking about, or even to export traffic analysis into Excel file. Here you can define the sequence for the export. It can be either for the full video, or you can define the range from up to, and also here specify the periods for the turning movement analysis. So whether it should be counted for each 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or even per each minute or hour, that's up to you. And you can also add some major periods and some overall periods. So let me show you how to create an export. So right here we have exported turning movements analysis into the Excel. So on the first page you have some survey report with the date, information, start and end time, also specification of the location, and some overall statistics about the number of tracked objects, and then a number of each class that has been detected and tracked. So number of cars, heavy vehicles, up to bicycles and pedestrians. In the second column, you will find the gate statistics. So statistics for each entry and exit gate that was configured in the video. Again, with summary counts for each class, and then you will find here the turning movements summary. So combination of each entry gate and then exit gates divided into the periods that you have set it up. So I have defined it. I want the counts for each 15 minutes, and one major period was 1 hour 15 minutes. And then you have numbers for the whole video sequence at the bottom here. The turning movements analysis is then split into each category. So you have separately the information about the turning movements for cars, then for medium vehicles up to motorcycles, or even pedestrians or bicycles. So that's one way how you can export the data, but there are many others, such as exporting the gap time and time to follow analytics. You can also export the raw trajectory data into CSV file. Then you can create the headway statistics and export that. Also create a safety analysis and export information about some risky situations and near collisions, or other parameters that I was explaining to you earlier. And one nice feature is that you can also export a very nice traffic survey video. So anything that you will turn on here and have visualized, it can be exported into a video or in form of a snapshot. Alright, I think that's it from the demonstration of data from SkyViewer, and actually how you can use it to further analyze and interpret your own data. If you need any more help, we also have a user guide available through the viewer. And as I was showing on the platform, we have a help section where you can find many useful articles or tips about how to use viewer. Alright, now you have seen how easy it is to use the data from Sky AI platform, so I hope that you will go and try it on your own. To summarize all we have talked about so far, here are some key points that should stay in your mind while thinking about data from Sky. It's a trusted platform on the market already since the year 2013. And we have reinvented the traffic engineering segment with a new approach, a trajectory-driven design, providing very high precision and detailed traffic information. The analytics is camera independent. It means you can use the source that you want. When you upload the video to our Data from Sky platform, you always get 5-minute sample for free. there are no secrets. You can check the traffic results directly in the video for each and every millisecond. Also, you can always download the results and keep them and then reuse them in any time. We are also offering quite unique service of 100% guarantee of accuracy, and no one else can give you this. There are great add-on services such as license plate detection or even fusing the trajectory data from several video sources. As you can see on this example, we can do the comprehensive analysis not only for one drone, but even for multiple drones. And this is one of the biggest experiments ever performed that was made in cooperation with an institute from Switzerland. In this project, up to 10 drones flew simultaneously to analyze the area of 1.5 square kilometers in Greece in order to get the complete origin-destination metrics. And today we have a guest speaker on our webinar who will show you a very similar project. It's our long-term partner from Benelux market, a Dutch company, Roelofs. It's my pleasure to welcome here Tim Adema, Head of Mobility Department at Roelofs, who will share the experiences with DataFromSky analysis and show you a very interesting project and its outcomes. Hello, Tim.
Well, thank you, Lenka, for your introduction. So let us show the presentation from Leeuwarden. I will share the presentation one moment. So, as you can see, our company, Roelofs, have used 4 drones and, of course, have used the software DataFromSky from RCE. Well, let me give a brief introduction. Of course, my name is Tim Adema. Lenka introduced myself already. I'm head of the department of Roelofs Mobility. Roelofs is a company in the Netherlands who would have with 280 employees. So it's not a large, but also not a small company. We are using DataFromSky since 2017. We already have 200 locations used by DataFromSky in the Benelux. Benelux stands for Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. You can see the countries here below, so that's our market, and we are partner for using DataFromSky with RCE. Well, in this case, we're going to give an example of the city Leeuwarden. Leeuwarden is a city in the northern of the Netherlands, in the province Friesland. You can see it here in the north. It is a city with more than 100,000 inhabitants, so it's not a small city, but it's mostly common in the Netherlands, city with this kind of number of inhabitants. And in this case, the customer was the city government Leeuwarden itself to have the traffic survey. Well, in this case, it's going to be about the ring, the city ring from Leeuwarden. As you can see, Leeuwarden is a historical city with a city ring built in the 60s, 70s, 80s. But in the red area, this section, it is not provided with a 2x2 lanes, but only one lane in each direction. So the city government wants to make a study in this case, in this area, for having the focus with DataFromSky and also the results for using solutions in this one, because there are a lot of traffic jams and crossing problems in this area. Well, the main objectives was about what is the problem, where does the problem exist, who bottlenecks are going to be, because there are a lot of problems with the traffic flow at the moment. So we provided them by making a complete origin destination matrix with motorized vehicles, but also cyclists, bicycles. The last one is very difficult when you're using traditional ways. So this one was also needed not only for motorized vehicles, but also for cyclists. Well, as follow-up, we had a brainstorm session about possible solutions and simulate the solutions as well, and give, of course, advice about which one is the best option, best solution for providing better traffic flowing, etc. Well, here's a picture about the scope, the area where we did the study, the traffic survey. As you can see at the left, there is a bridge which provided the network with only one lane in each direction. So you can imagine where the traffic jams are going to exist. Directly followed by a roundabout with also one lane and a network section with a crossing with a lot of cyclists, about 10,000 cyclists a day. And the network itself has about 20,000 until 30,000 vehicles per day crossing this section. The whole area covers up about 1 kilometer until this junction where is a traffic light, and the city ring has already 2x2 lanes system. Well, we had 4 areas to make drone images, movies, database for DataFromSky. In this case, we used 8 drones at the same time, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. In the morning from 7 till 9, and in the evening from 16 hours until 18 hours. 8 drones needed because we changed at every 20 minutes the drone because of battery output. Well, here can you see some kind of images which provided drones each junction and section in the network. Well, it was very good weather. But you can see how great the image is going to be, what kind of scope you get with one drone image. It's at least more than 200 meters. Well, you can see here the trajectories. So we merge all the drone videos together like in one database. So output was one trajectory for the whole area, which used for DataFromSky for having the right analysis of the complete area. This one. So we had all vehicles collected, all the trajectories, all the cyclists, etc., on each junction in one file. Results are that you can get heat maps with speed, also number of vehicles, etc. In this one, this is an example from the section at the left, at the right from Leeuwarden, where the traffic light already there in the 2x2 lanes. But you can see for yourself how great the scope is only by one drone. And of course, there was one orange destination matrix set up for the whole trajectory, for the whole area. So we could see on which side, which junction, one vehicle goes to another junction at the same time. Also for cyclists, which is very difficult by traditional ways for following. It was used for simulations in Vissim. So we set up 6 different solutions for this Vissim junction in Leeuwarden, and provided with the input-output from DataFromSky. So it was a better input for Vissim to making the right decisions and also the best prognosis. Here can you see the traffic jams graphic, where also on behalf of DataFromSky, we collected it and knew where traffic jams will exceed, etc., or appear in the network for, in this case, the Gebrandiweg in Leeuwarden. Well, my conclusion is that DataFromSky helped us to get a full orange destination matrix from the whole area, and even so for all cyclists in the area. It's one that's very difficult in traditional way, and we could identify where bottlenecks appear in the network, so to help create solutions that were very effective. In this one, we used the Vissim network and calibrate the output from DataFromSky into Vissim to having the current situation simulated, and so make also the correct prognosis for the solutions in traffic in the traffic network. And of course, at least we had a happy customer with a lot of information to make the right decisions, also political, to have to collect the right arguments for the best solution in this one. That was my presentation, Lenka. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tim, for your presentation and also for sharing the experiences with DataFromSky and also showing us the real project in the city. I think for the participants of the webinar, this will be very useful to know for their future projects, perhaps. At this moment, I will have a few questions for you about this project. The first one I would like to ask you is about the whole drone mission. Can you describe how long have you planned this whole recording? You mentioned that you have used up to 8 drones at the same time. What were the main challenges and the main obstacles to plan such extensive project?
Well, Inge, it was, of course, a logistic challenge for having 4 drones, at least 8 drones at the same time in the area, in the sky. Well, we have to find free fields in the direct area for getting the drone up into the sky, and by pilots, it's very difficult to find the right locations for having this drone for the junction area, etc. So that is not easy, but we find it and find a lot of area in nearby, so we could prevent the correct location for putting up the drones. And of course, the situation about the battery usage from drones. So after 20 minutes, most drones are not capable for staying up in the sky, going down. So we use it for each junction, each area, 2 drones at the same time. When one drone is the battery low, so the next drone is going to in the sky and change the other one, who is going to be down. So we merge the images, the movies, so there is not a gap between the whole 2 hours movie database for the usage by DataFromSky. So that was the main challenge, and of course to have the right weather conditionings, because when it's rainy, it's not that easy. But it was good weather at that time, so we have to think about the right weather conditionings and also the right traffic situations, etc.
Right. So thank you very much for explaining and for sharing this experience from the recording itself. I can imagine it must be very challenging, but the output then is worth it, I think. I have another question, and that's about the results. Can you tell us what's the most valuable information you were able to get using data from Sky Analytics? I mean, what won't be able for you to achieve using standard methods and technologies like mm, inductive loops or even manual counting, so some people standing by the road and counting. So what was the most valuable results you get using data from Sky?
Well, the first advantage by making usage by drones is you get one complete picture of the whole area for the whole network. With traditional counting, manual counting as well, or with students something, for example, it's very difficult, and you need people and a lot of loops for having the same, at least the same traffic data. But it's almost impossible for having multiple junctions at the same time in 2 hours, collecting the right traffic data for doing the correct predictions and finding the right solutions for the network. So with drone and one movie, one database, which we can use in DataFromSky, we get the best measurements, the best data for making the correct solutions and the correct predictions. So with programs like Vissim, etc. And another one, which is even more difficult, is collecting cyclist information, even pedestrians. So how can we find out the orange destination from cyclists in this area? It's not easy when you're doing it by traditional ways, by manual counting or fixed cameras on each junction. It's almost not possible for following them in which section they go from A to B, etc. So DataFromSky provides us a lot of information that even can be afterwards, after the traffic survey, you can do all the analysis by yourself in digital ways. So it's not necessary to have all the collection at the front, but you can do it afterwards. Even after a year, you can see for yourself what are the benefits from this discounting. So you can do all the analysis afterwards, counting, etc., in DataFromSky. That is not possible with traditional ways.
That's right. Thank you very much. You actually have sum up all the main advantages and benefits, I would say, of data from Sky. So one of the biggest one is this, that you can actually merge the trajectories in between the separate drone footage, and in that way you can analyze very extended and large areas, as the example you were showing. Uh, I have also one last question, and that's about the end customer point of view. Could you tell us or share some feedback from the city itself and how they are going to use the output from this traffic study? Is there going to be some reconstruction or redesign of the whole area based on your findings?
Yes, indeed. They're going to rebuild the whole section, the whole network by two lanes designing, because they find out that there were a lot of problems by crossings and also the roundabout and the bridge, which now has one lane for each direction. But they didn't know how long the roads, waiting roads, traffic jams were, and where problems will be with crossings with cyclists, etc. They didn't knew before we did this research that the existing research method from DataFromSky. So they were very surprised that it was possible by using 4 drones for 4 junctions for a whole area at the same time by doing the research in a rush hour situation. So that was something they were very surprised and happy about it, the city government of Leeuwarden. And of course, we could do better prediction, better solutions with other programs like Vissim for having the correct arguments. Why should they change some junction this way or making up a better network situation by providing it by two lanes? So we collected them the better arguments, political, and also the city government saw more situations where they saw that there were problems with safety for cyclists, etc. Which they didn't collect when they did it on a traditional way. So they find more, they collected more information and find out there were more problems on the network, which seemed to be the cause of the traffic jams, etc. And DataFromSky provided them with all the information they needed, and they're going to be to use this system again, this method with DataFromSky for all the other sections in the city ring. So it's the first one, but I assume they want to provide it even by other sections from network, and also using more multiple drones for more section for a complete area.
That's awesome. I mean, I think it's very helpful information to know that not only how to use the outputs and data from Sky Analytics to create some kind of traffic study, but what's the real output and how the city is going to use this information. So I think it's very helpful and useful to know for the participant of this webinar how you can in the reality use this information from data from Sky Analytics. All right, I think that that's all of the questions at this moment. Thank you very much, Tim, for having the time and for joining this webinar with us. I really appreciate it. So once again, thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you as well. Bye-bye.
Thank you again, Tim, for sharing all the information and also the experiences from this project with us. The webinar is coming to its end. Now there is some space for your questions to be answered. Our team has picked some, so let's have a look at it. We will answer the rest of the questions later on via email because we can't cover all of them right now. So what was the first question we have here? Can you do the real-time analysis? There is quite an easy answer. Yes, we definitely can. We have actually introduced a new product line called Flow, which is dedicated to real-time traffic monitoring using either on-edge computing or centralized architectures. You can actually watch our previous webinars. The links are on our website either or on LinkedIn too. All right. We have your second question. What about privacy and GDPR? Of course, we take the data privacy seriously. All data are processed fully automatically on the fly. We use Google Cloud Services for our platform, and Google itself has already applied a strong privacy policy. But what's more, our software provides strong anonymization tools, and also in case you are not comfortable with cloud processing out of your country, the on-premise installation of DataFromSky software is also a possibility. And one more question we have here, are you open to cooperation on research projects? Yes, definitely. We are quite active in many R&D projects with lots of universities or research institutions. So you can contact us in this matter for sure. And what's more, we are running a so-called Data from Sky Academy program, where we have already more than 20 partnering universities. This academy program offers some great advantages in using data from Sky Analytics in research. So if you are interested to be part of that, feel free to reach back to me and to get information about this academy program. All right, I think we don't have much more time for answering the rest of the questions, but as I said, we will come back to you later on, so don't worry, all the questions will be answered. But before you go, we have prepared a gift for you. If you go to aidatafromsky.com platform and register a new user account there, then you can use this promo code and you will get some credits for free. And then you can start analyzing your own videos with data from Sky. And one last thing, we are preparing a new webinar. This time we will talk more about the safety analysis, and we will have again a guest speaker. This time it will be our long-term partner in the Nordic countries, a transport engineering company called COWI. So stay tuned for more information. And that's all from today's webinar. Thank you very much for joining, and I hope to see you again on our future webinars. Have a great day, everyone.